I mean, we always have a 24-hour rule, whether we win or lose, and so yeah, this one sucks, but we'll watch the film, dive into it. A lot of areas to improve, all three phases of the game. So I think, we'll come in and attack the work tomorrow, and business as usual. We'll just keep moving on, and that's kind of what you got to do in a long season.
Can you kind of tell us what you were able to identify just from being in the game of maybe areas you guys struggled with today?
I mean, I give more credit to Arizona State. I think they schemed us up real good. I think they had a really good plan. I think, our guys played hard. Their guys played hard. I think we just kind of the ball wasn't bouncing our way. I know we forced a couple fumbles, and they were able to recover. And I think they kind of did what they needed to do to win the game. I don't think it was really. We'll dive into the tape. I don't want to say too much before I watch it, but they had a good plan for us and they were ready to go.
Jacob, not many teams have gone 10 plays and 75 yards and scored a touchdown this year. What do you think was the difference there on that drive at the end?
I mean, like I said, I think they just had a good plan. I think it's something we work every week. On Wednesdays, we work a 2-minute drill, and we just didn't execute a lot of our calls. I know there's a big fourth down on that drive, and kept them moving the sticks. When you have playmakers, they're going to make plays, and so it's kind of one of those where you just got to line up and play the next one, and play the next one, and play the next one. They did a good job getting the ball in the end zone. It's something that we're going to look to clean up, but they did a good job.
On that touchdown right before the 2-minute warning, did Joey kind of let y'all know ahead of time, hey, be ready to play the full 2 minutes? I mean, did he tell you that it was going to be a quick play?
I mean, no, we're always ready to play, and I think that's something that's really great about our defense is, we're always ready to go out on the field, and I mean, it is what it is. We go out there looking to, get stops or take the ball away. It's never kind of relaxed on the sideline. We're always making adjustments, always looking forward to the next play.
Jacob, earlier in the week, you said Sam Levitt was one of the best quarterbacks in the nation at the position. What can you say about his performance today?
Yeah, he played great. I think he did a really good job escaping, through rush lanes that, we didn't do a good job of containing him. And he made plays with his legs, he made plays with his arm. I think, again, kind of what I said earlier in the week is he got his team into really good plays. And so I think they had a really good plan with, hitting certain formations against us. And yeah, I think he's a great player. I think he played a great game, and, hats off to him.
With a loss, it's easy to harp on what went wrong, but are there any bright spots for you, anything that you think your defense did great?
I think we gave great effort. I think all those guys can kind of hang their hat on, flying around, hitting the football. We had some tough breaks, third down, fourth down. They were able to convert, but, that's what you get when you play a good football team is they're going to make plays, and you have to just be able to get to the next one.
Looking back at Scout, what things did Arizona State do that maybe you guys didn't see in the first initial look-throughs?
Kind of just hit on it already, just, scheming us up in different formations that they had for us to some of our checks. They did a good job, and they were ready to play. And, I think once we made adjustments, they slowed down a lot, and, they didn't really hit big plays over the top like they did early. And so I think we did a good job making adjustments, but, they schemed us up pretty good at the beginning.
Jacob, you talked about the leadership within this group so many times. You've had situations where you're coming off a loss, but what makes this team different leadership-wise that you guys have the ability to bounce back after something like this?
I think it's kind of everybody top down from Coach McGuire to, everybody in the facility. We're going to go look at the film and, be real critical. It's hard after a loss to look yourself in the mirror, but, we got guys who are, grown and they can do the right thing and they can take accountability. And I think that's the biggest thing is we'll be able to, look at the tape and then be able to move past it. But definitely, learning from mistakes and not letting them happen again. And I think that's what's so special about this team is we have the sense to be able to look internally and see what we did wrong and ask for forgiveness and then not let it happen again.
Jacob, you're obviously a veteran guy, returning player. It's not your first loss as a Red Raider, but this loss is a little bit different just because of the attention this team gets. How do you just handle the loss? Does it kind of hit a little closer to home than anything else in the past?
No, I think it's just, I mean, everybody loses. You know, I mean, growing up, you don't win every single game that you ever play. I think you get better a lot of times off a loss, and you can really, you know, see what hurts you and really attack, you know, your weak spots, you know, some things that you didn't have. Whether you go out and win a game by a lot, you know, you don't really see, you know, what you did bad that much. And so I think it's a good opportunity for us to go and attack the film and get better that way.
All right. Thank you, Jacob.
Awesome. Thank you all.